Action Challenge. It's a special challenge. It's a 5-day challenge, goes through Sunday, January 16th, and it's all about learning to play a new kind of improv that's based on motifs. And motifs are these little tiny little parts of music that, well, here, I'll just show you what it's like. So for example, let me make sure the harps. So a motif might be something like this, something as small as that. But then when you create, put other harmonies with it, I might start. It allows me to engage in improvisation without having to remember a whole bunch of stuff, because all I'm remembering is this shape, and it's really just a kind of a shape of music. It has nothing to do with specific notes. Like I can move it around. I can turn it upside down. So it's really all about a shape. And then it has to do with sort of an emotional harmony. And it's a place to start from. It's a place to dream from, really. That's why it's called vision to action. And this motivic type of improv, these little tiny, tiny, tiny little things, I wanted to create something that it would be, people could learn in literally 30 seconds and then play with. Because then harpists, anybody, you can actually do this on the white keys of a piano as well, then you're more engaged. So I just want you to know that this challenge goes through Sunday, January 16th. You can actually join and be eligible for the grand prize all the way through to January 16th. And the grand prize is a 90-minute one-on-one coaching session with me. So I encourage you to go and sign up. You can sign up at hipharp.com. That's hip as in cool, harp as in the instrument. So I'm going to show you a little bit more about what it means to play this motivic improvisation. So for me, it's very emotional to use a little motif, and then as I change the harmony, it kind of pulls me into more melody. But I never have to sit there and think, what am I going to do? And I certainly don't have to think, what am I going to do 1 minute or 2 minutes down the road of improvising, because I'm always going back to this idea and then adding musical components, really, in a way. So adding like this is a variation of this. And it's all, really all you have to think about is, oh, that's the black note. This is the note that's 3 notes down from that. This way of playing by shapes and taking it away from specific notes, specific fingering, it's a way of opening up your intuition. It's a way of opening up your fluency. And it's a way of opening up your connection between your physical body, the physical body of the instrument, and the music that resonates between the two of you. So there's 5 different of these little motivic vision music snippets in the 5-day Vision to Action Challenge. Any one of them is a lifetime of exploration. But when you put them all together, it creates a kind of suite. And the other thing that's beautiful about this suite is that it uses a lot of modal music. So if you're playing the harp, you never have to fuss with the levers, or if you're doing it on the piano, you can stick with all the white keys of the piano all the way through, even though it seems like you're shifting from one key to another. And by the way, I think that where I am right now, and I'm broadcasting on a bunch of different channels, but I think that if you chat, I can see you. So if you want to say something, do, and I'll be here for about 10 or 15 minutes. So the second movement is really I think it's really beautiful, and it's really, again, really emotional. I'll play it and then I'll tell you how it's built. So I'm just playing pentatonic. I'm playing all the white strings. But here I open up to all the strings. And then I come back. And what I'm doing is I'm playing A and E with my left hand and all the white strings with my right hand, the other one. And I'm playing the melodies with a sense of character. But I haven't thought about what the melody is before. I'm making shapes. It's like I'm pretending to play melodies. I do that twice. Then after the second time, I move down to the black string and I open up all the strings. So first there's this constraint, and then there's this opening up, and then it comes back and it does it again. And as you do it over and over again, it opens you up, and it's a kind of practice. So instead of practicing to get it right, practicing to get the notes, it's a practice that takes you into itself. It takes you into itself. And instead of you trying to get it, it gets to you. And when you engage in that practice, that's what you're doing, letting it get to you. And really what it is it's just a very simple compositional construct. So for me as a composer, it's me taking, if I was a cook, it would be like taking giving you a dumpling or something. I don't know, but I'm giving you something that I might construct a whole piece out of, but because I'm just giving you the essence of it, you can then construct from there. So this is all part of the Vision to Action Challenge. If you play the harp or you play the piano, and we actually have a couple of dulcimer players in the challenge as well, go to hipharp.com. Hip is in cool, harp is in the instrument, to sign up. It's free. It runs through January 16th, and that's the day that you have to get all the challenge things in by then, and then we pick the grand prize winner on Monday. It's really fun. We have this like little wheel that picks it, which is fun. And so you learn these 5 pieces, and they're not pieces, they're ideas. The third one, I'll just show you a little bit more. The third one is you can approach it in a bluesy way, or you can approach it in more of a, almost like, I don't know how you describe it. So this is more of a, sort of a, I don't know if I would say epic, it's because it'd be a very tiny epic, but very, I don't know how to describe it, but it's very beautiful and open, sort of majestic. But you can also take that same idea and you can turn it that's the same. It's the same compositional material as, except I hit different notes, but it doesn't matter. It's still the same structure. It's actually cool. I like that. My right hand shifted up a little bit, but I'm still playing the same structure. You can really start playing with it. It's the same idea. So I believe that's the third one. And I think the fourth one is really fun. It's almost like a little Celtic theme. But I'm making that up. I'm pretending to play a song. And so, but I've been doing this for a long time. If I was starting from the beginning, I might go. So it's beautiful and it's fun to play with. And I'm doing something very simple with my left hand. And then I'm just, again, in this particular one, I'm playing with my right, playing all the white keys with my right hand, the white strings. And it's going through different modes. So this mode, right? I don't know the names of the modes. I just like to play with them. But I'll bet anyone who's watching and does know the modes could immediately say, oh, that's this mode. And then the final is this really beautiful sense of arrival. That's the whole motif. And when you're exploring it, you set that up. So it's kind of like you're setting up the game board, or you're setting up the jungle gym. You're setting up the thing that you're going to play on. And one of the things that I really love about these motifs is you can use them for meditation. You can use them for really kind of delving into jazz. You can use them for playing with others, or playing background music, or playing at bedside if you're a therapeutic harpist. I mean, they're like the raw material of creative expression. Yeah, they're the raw material of creative expression. So with this one, there's these two shapes. There's one shape and then another shape. And then you get to play with the roles of music, the roles being bass, accompaniment. You listen, you sing back a melody. You play a harmony and a bass note. Then you listen and you sing back with your fingers. Bass, accompaniment, and melody. And bass, accompaniment, and melody. And it's just this beautiful, it gives this beautiful feeling. It's not complicated. And it's like, one of the things, like there are different forms of music. I mean, there's classical music, and there's a big bar to entry there. And there's jazz, which is, again, so much to learn about harmony. And then there's blues, which is much more open and much more forgiving and much more welcoming. And then there's this kind of playing, which is so simple that there is really pretty much no bar to entry, aside from anything that might be in your head saying, oh, well, I should do this faster, or, oh, somebody else would do this better. But there's really no relevance to that. And I'm really loving all the comments that I'm seeing in this challenge. Things like, you can't do this wrong, or, wow, maybe I really can improvise. Because it's so essential, meaning it's really broken down and distilled to a very simple essence. And then that allows you to do to visualize or envision or think about. It helps to, then the music helps to open you up to your vision of your life. So that's why it's called vision to action. And then through the course of the challenge, it's also opening you up to actions. But one of the exciting things about it is the music itself, is that you're learning to play this music. So that is the vision to action challenge. And if you play the harp and you haven't joined already, join now, because it's going to be free and open until the end of next week. The challenge ends on Sunday night. You'll still have a couple more days after that to learn everything, to learn the things and to download the handouts. But it's really great to get in and be part of the challenge, because you get to see how other people interpret the same thing that you're learning. And this is something that I just love in general about communal learning and community learning. And this is why I first fell in love with virtual learning, is that you get to see behind the scenes. And one of the things that I like to think about, we can get into very comparativeness when we're musicians or harpists or just people in general. But one of the things that I guide all the members of Hip Harp Academy in is how to look and engage with other people's work. Because when we learn how to engage in a very open way, looking for the inspiration, looking for the empowerment, rather than comparing, it shifts how we engage with our own work. Perfectionism is such a debilitating part of being a musician. And that is true whether you've been playing your whole life, or whether you've started as an adult, or whether you started after retirement. And dealing with that and really learning to connect with the essence of what you're doing, rather than comparing, and I have to be this good, or I need to practice more, blah, 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 blah. That's the kind of stuff that can get in your head, and it can really wreak havoc. And so this challenge also really teaches you how to deeply connect with a simple, beautiful form of music that allows you to be completely expressive at your level of playing. You're not going to get better at it by having more fingers or by having faster fingers. It's because it's about really being able to listen while you're playing, and to be in the process of creative discovery as you are actually doing it. And when you're in the community and you're getting to see other people are sharing their answers to the questions, and sometimes they're sharing videos, I really encourage you to look at them and think from every single one of them, what gift is this person giving me, in terms of what freedom are they showing me that I can use myself? How are they inspiring, empowering, or liberating me from where I'm stuck? And this is one of the really powerful and beautiful things about sharing within a creative community. And so the Vision to Action Challenge is kind of like a micro community in that way. So once again, I need to go off to a meeting momentarily. So thank you, Lori, for giving me that heart. And for everybody who has not joined the challenge, make sure you join now. I'm telling you to join now, because then you'll be able to, if you join right now, you can do day 4 and you might win that prize. Day 5 might win that prize. And even if you don't get in until Sunday morning, you can go back and you can do all the challenges in one day, which would be actually an incredible experience, and then do the grand prize, and you are still eligible for the grand prize. So I hope you will join. If you're already joined and you have friends who you would like to give them the gift of liberation, inspiration, and creative empowerment, make sure that they know how to join. There's a link here in this post that tells you, but you can also just go to hipharp.com and a little banner will show up on the top. That's hip as in cool, harp as in the instrument.com. I hope I will see you in the challenge. Don't miss it. It runs through January 16th. And then you'll have a few more days, even after that, to play with it, even if you don't care about winning the prize. But I love it if you come and you're able to, fill them all out by the end so that you are open to winning that prize, which is a 90-minute coaching one-on-one with me, and which I really love. All right. So hipharp.com. And I hope I see you in the challenge if you're not already there, and bring your friends if you are. And just remember that it's all about connection, not perfection.